Hi, I'm Aaron Raby, and today I'm at the University of Valley Forge in Phoenixville, Pennsylvania. Joining me is Lee Bilotta, who is the Chair of Digital Media Communications and professor here. And we're here to talk about their digital media program and the recording studio and all the great stuff that they've got going on in music technology. Lee, how are you doing today?
Doing great.
Awesome, awesome. So how long have you been with University of Valley Forge?
I just completed my 20th year teaching here.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah.
So
incredible time.
I imagine you've seen the music technology change quite a bit over those 20 years.
You definitely can say that. When I arrived here in August of 1998, I walked into our chapel at the time that was half the size that it is now, but the only thing that I saw was a Mackie 24/4 analog console. Half of the channels worked, and they said, let's make this happen. So
wow.
That's what we had.
And from
we
that
moved
to
along
this,
a little bit today.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah. So what's your primary mission in music technology here at University of Valley Forge?
Well, all of our majors at University of Valley Forge are focused to meet our mission, which is to prepare individuals for a life of service and leadership in the church and in the world. And we're a faith-based Christian institution, but that means to us that we live out who we are daily in our faith, but we achieve excellence and go after excellence in everything that we do. So students who come here will receive excellent academic training, excellent spiritual development training, and excellent leadership training. So from the music technology side, our digital media communications program and also our music program have a recording arts component to them. And we move many students through and watch them grow and develop and go out and do what they're called to do.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So there are programs that emphasize writing as well as composition and production, mixing, all that good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, our digital media communication side has 5 majors: digital media studies, digital media recording arts, which is a focus in this area, digital media photography, video production, and graphic design. On our music side of the house, the music department also has a music performance major, church music, but also music production with either a studio engineer focus or studio musician focus.
So it looks like, judging by the S6 console, you guys have probably been through some recent updates in the studio.
Yes, we have. The 2017, summer of 2017, brought a new lease cycle for us, and that means new equipment. And we actually moved into a new building as well, which
So this is all a new space?
This is brand new space for us and for our department. And we transformed 13 rooms from being high school classrooms into technical spaces that are usable for our students.
Wow, how long did that take?
It's still in process, but we were able to accomplish it in 3 months, believe it or not.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah, it was an amazing, and a lot of student work and faculty work. I mean, we all got dirty and made this thing happen. And
so you had a lot of students helping out?
Yeah, a lot of students. This room was the result of a lot of our students working together, from the acoustic side to the S6 console, making that come together, the analog components, the wiring, the tracking room, and we have incredible students here who get incredible experience.
That's super cool hands-on experience when, configuring a studio is a large part of understanding how to operate a studio. So it's interesting.
This is true. This is true. And probably when a new student comes into any media communications area, they want to get hands-on equipment. But hands-on equipment, you need to know the fundamentals first. And that was a good learning part of the process.
With regard to the students, it's pretty obvious that the landscape for music production and studio work and everything surrounding our industry is changing quite a bit, right?
Certainly is.
The way YouTube and social media work, and then the way people are consuming media, the way it's produced. I'm sure you guys have noticed a change in the trend towards home-based recording studios for larger productions. What are some of the expectations you're seeing students come in with when they enter a music technology program that have changed over the years?
Sure. Well, in the past, in the early days of our program, students had limited access to digital audio workstations or even higher-end or consumer-grade large diaphragm condensers, things like that, where they could, and even good headphones to create content at home that sounded good. but that's what has changed.
Sure.
Pro Tools has the accessibility now. Pro Tools first, and certainly even the accessibility on a monthly basis for their full program, their software program, and reasonable audio interfaces, and even reasonably priced microphones. They can make some pretty good music, but they walk in to a place like this, and there's still a learning curve there.
Sure.
And what we have found, what I've found through the years, is that while the technical piece, they understand the software piece is there, there's growth and there is fundamental knowledge that's missing. And that's the value of going to a place where you have people that are trained to teach, not only with experience in the field and in the industry and producing music and the technology side, but also understand the basics of acoustics and room design and why early reflections matter and the reverberant field always matters, things like that.
It looks like you've done a great job treating this room. The thing that I noticed when we sat down here is that you have a very good representation of both digital integration and analog gear in your studio.
The analog world is not gone, and it's not going anywhere.
Can we talk about why you guys chose the S6 console?
Sure. Well, one of the benefits of digital media and music production education at University of Valley Forge is we are an avid learning partner, and we're one of only 2 in our state that are academic institutions. Wow. And that means that we have demonstrated both to Avid and invested in equipment that our students will be able to access high quality computers and interfaces and studio grade equipment. And we have Avid certified instructors. I'm an Avid certified instructor to offer certification courses. So we have always the most up-to-date software. Avid provides us with the ability to provide certification exams right on site, and that's part of our curriculum. So students not only do take a college class, not only do you secure college credit and a degree, but you also have the opportunity to secure Avid certification beyond that. So it's value added to that piece. And so then we transfer that knowledge from the classroom here to the studio, and now what I have in the studio is the same what was in the classroom. Pro Tools Ultimate here. Okay, we're comfortable. Now I just have to learn the hardware. And so Pro Tools, or Avid, in their partnership, really helps for us to provide this level of hardware.
That's awesome. All that while maintaining the importance of capturing the correct signal as it enters the digital audio workstation, right? Yeah,
that's still the piece, right? I think, again, when you think about the ability of a student or anyone to learn at home and to have a home studio, it's amazing what can be done on the production side. Mm-hmm. But this level of component, the capture element, that the first signal that's entering into the AD converter is really what counts. So when you have an Avalon 737, or you have the LA610,
or that 9098 DMA over there. I remember those, man. They're fantastic.
There's some incredible pieces.
The Pacifica, I see that.
Pacifica is a great piece, and the Great River. And one of the, moving to the Matrix, the Pro Tools Matrix. So I have all analog racks, but one piece, which is the new Pro Tools Matrix. And so it's that balance of those pieces. But this is where, in my opinion, the most amount of growth occurs in college students, university students, is the experimentation and the time it takes to understand the nuances of this equipment. And the combination of multiple high-end microphones with multiple high-end preamps, right. That's where the color palette changes.
What are some of your favorite microphones for things?
The U87 is the U87, sure, right? Sure. It's a standard, and that with the Avalon tube it's hard to beat that piece.
Definitely a celebrated vocal combo for a long time.
Without a doubt. I'm actually become a great fan of I still don't know how I say it right, Mic Tech or the Mic Tech?
It's Mic Tech.
It's Mic Tech, all right. The Mic Tech series microphone, small diaphragm, the C5 or C4s. the two. Those are some great microphones. Really fans of those. Of course, AKG 414s, and our mic cabinet is pretty well stocked. Students have great opportunity to engage with all the high-end stuff that they would find in any professional recording studio.
And it's great to be able to show them the differences in nuance in recording that happen when they select microphones.
Yeah,
It's a huge part of the education process.
Absolutely, and then taking that from a controlled environment into an uncontrolled environment where you walk into a hallway and it's completely reverberant feel, like, oh, that's a whole different place. So that's probably where our students, I would say, especially in the early years, freshman, sophomore years, like, wow, there's big differences in this equipment, right?
So I noticed you guys are monitoring with the Focal Twins.
Yeah, that was an unexpected surprise when we went with this studio upgrade. My Sweetwater rep, Mike Baldonado, who's an incredible guy, he said, "Hey, you really need to hear these things." And I've never purchased a set of monitors without hearing them ever. And I said, "Mike, I'm going to trust you on this, that I'm going to like these things." He goes, "I promise you, I guarantee you, you will like these Twin 6s." And everyone who walks into the room, they're just eyes wide, like, wow, they'll sound amazing.
That's actually really cool that you have a relationship with your Sweetwater sales engineer that allows you to trust somebody's ears.
Yeah,
such
that
an
doesn't
important
come
thing
easy.
for the studio. You, as I understand it, you've worked with Sweetwater for a long time. The school's been...
Yeah, in 2002, we started working pretty consistently with my first rep, and he was with me for many years until he got some kind of promotion or something, and then off he went. But I've only had, in 17 years, I think, working with Sweetwater, I've had 2 reps.
Okay.
I have both of their cell phone numbers at that time, and that's a great relationship.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How would you, if we were just to put a really fine point on it, how
Sure.
would you say that your relationship with Sweetwater has benefited the growth of the music technology program here at the school?
Well, certainly the knowledge base that Sweetwater has in their technical support and their sales engineers as well. It's obvious a few things. One, they're musicians, which is critical in this industry. The technical is great, but you have to have some level of musical understanding to know what's going on in the studio environment. 2, I've never been pressured on a sale, and that's really important to me. I'm an industry professional. I know what I'm looking for. Oftentimes I can't stay up to date because of the changes quick, but I know my sales rep will. So if I'm able to communicate to him, hey, I'm looking for something like this, but it's got to cost this, I can count on a good reply and an educated response from them, and know that it's not based on a sale. That's been my experience. It may not be for everyone, but I'm very confident of that one.
Man, that's great. That's great to hear. Thank you.
Sure.
So again, I'm Aaron Raby with Sweetwater, and I'm here with Lee, and we are at University of Valley Forge. Thank you so much, Lee, for showing us everything that you've shown us.
Pleasure to have you guys.
Really
here with us.
exciting to see all this going on here. Sounds like you guys have a lot of great things going on. Is there a place that you would like people to look to check out more about the college?
Absolutely. valleyforge.edu. valleyforge.edu.
So if you're a prospective music technology student and you're interested in what the school has to offer, please visit their website. And if you have any questions for us based on the gear that you've seen here, feel free to call your Sweetwater sales engineer. Thanks.